watch NBC News than any other news organization in the world.
This country was forged in part by shared sacrifice, and once again, we're called to step up. We hope you'll continue to stay informed and stay engaged as we follow this journey together. I'm Lester Holt, and for all my colleagues at NBC News, take care.
He's killing in order to hide some other agenda.
We need to stop whatever he's planning.
Oh, my God.
Gene, what is it?
I'm not sure I want to know.
A chance at $13 million.
All-time record!
The Wall, Sunday. Sunday, catch an all-new Zoe's Extraordinary playlist on NBC.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Hey,
whoa! Device overload.
Everything's loading fine. We got the bandwidth.
Are they all gaming and streaming and downloading at the same time?
Why not? This house has gig speed.
Movie night.
What does that mean?
Everyone can use their own devices instead of watching Dad's rom-com.
I love this movie.
It's a classic. Roof.
Bring every room to life with Optimum's 1 gig internet on the fastest fiber network. Just $69.99 a month for life.
Everyone is trying to do their part, especially now. And your Ford dealer is built to lend a hand. If your vehicle needs service, just call. Ford service centers are essential to your community and are still open. Find out about pickup and delivery options from participating Ford dealers. Plus, they've implemented enhanced cleaning measures for added peace of mind. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us do our part and help take care of you.
Smile for the masked heroes, the nurses and doctors, the police and paramedics, the grocery clerks and delivery workers. Smile for the soldiers who keep our world running, because they're going through so much. And until they can show their smiles again, let's share ours.
Next, Kelly.
I've always been told that I have pepperoni nipples.
Unnecessary inventions.
Everybody loves ice cream.
This one's mine.
Today at 2 on NBC for New York.
Now at 11, more wet weather. Storm Team 4 times out how long this round of rain will last.
So today, I am happy to say we have just plain good news. Our indicators are now moving all in the correct direction, which is down.
The new stats for the city in the battle against COVID-19. This as new testing begins for residents in particular parts of the city. Another sign of hope. It appears the tri-state area is now on the downside of the pandemic. Here's what we know right now. Worldwide positive cases stand at just over 2.7 million. More than 869,000 of them are in the U.S. And hearts are heavy in the FDNY after word that a firefighter lost his 5-month-old daughter to the virus. J. Natalie LaSanta died on Monday, nearly a month after she was rushed to the hospital with a fever. News 4's Catherine Craig's in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, where a special testing facility has gone up for NYCHA residents. Kat.
Indeed, Jen, yes, this testing facility is here at 100 North Portland Avenue. Residents tell us that this testing site is badly needed here, especially in these vulnerable communities. Taking a look at this video, even though it's really been pouring off and on all morning long, we saw dozens of people arriving here in the hopes of getting a COVID-19 test. The testing sites are available specifically for NYCHA residents and people who live in the neighborhood who are medically at risk. The tests are free. This testing location opened up at 9 o'clock this morning, and we talked to the Brooklyn resident who told us that he was here to be tested, and he worries if he's been exposed to the virus.
Me personally, I work in a shelter around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I'm around a lot of people. You know, on a daily basis, I'm around a lot of people. So of course it's going to be, you might be a little leery, you know, and you might take more, especially myself, or like, and my daughter works in the hospital. So you might, you know, take a little more precaution because you're around a lot of people all the time, you know?
And 3 testing sites open today. 3 more will open next week, so every borough will have a new testing site. We also want to talk about a major point that Mayor de Blasio made during his daily briefing this morning at 9:30 this morning. He urged the Rent Guidelines Board to authorize a rent freeze for rent-stabilized apartments. The Rent Guidelines Board held a recent virtual meeting saying that they want rent to be increased by at least 2.5% because of rising operation costs. Again, the mayor calling for a rent freeze, and this is what he had to say during the news briefing.
But to me, it's abundantly clear we need a rent freeze. The facts couldn't be clearer. Greatest economic crisis since the Great Depression. I can't even believe, and I never thought, as your mayor, I would be telling you that we were going through something that could possibly compare to the Great Depression.
And Mayor de Blasio also called on the state to step in, allowing tenants to use their security deposits to pay the rent. And we're waiting to find out what the Rent Guidelines Board has to say about the mayor's remarks. Reporting live in Brooklyn, Catherine Craig, News 4 New York.
Kat, thank you. State and local leaders in New Jersey are on a mission. They want the federal government to send more money and supplies in the battle against COVID-19. News 4's Tracy Strahan has that story from Fort Lee.
We're coming to you from a firehouse here in Fort Lee, and despite billions of dollars in funding given by the federal government to the state of New Jersey, Governor Murphy says state jobs like this could be in jeopardy.
Thank you very much.
Now, today is expected to be a major one when it comes to COVID-19 funding, with President Trump poised to sign a nearly $500 billion relief bill today. That aid package, approved by Congress, has money earmarked for small businesses, hospitals, and national testing efforts. But Governor Murphy says much of the $1.8 billion earmarked for New Jersey is actually unusable because it came with restrictions. Things that won't offset the drop in tax collections, and it won't pay for state employees.
If the federal government doesn't do its job and support New Jersey's families, we may not be able to keep our teachers, cops, firefighters, and paramedics employed. The very people who are on the front lines.
The governor said the state needs greater flexibility and called for more direct cash payments from the federal government. Without that flexibility to use the funding to plug holes in the budget, the governor says it's likely that a chunk of that money would go back to the Treasury Department instead of the state. In Fort Lee, Tracy Strahan, News 4 New York.
In Connecticut, 23,100 people have tested positive. More than 1,600 have died. More than a third of those deaths are in Fairfield County. A New York City Council hearing today could pave the way for more street closings for social distancing. The Transportation Committee will look at closing 75 miles of city streets to allow for more space for pedestrians and cyclists. Under the plan, some traffic lanes would be closed off. Other streets would be shared use. City Council Speaker Corey Johnson says New Yorkers do not have enough space to safely spread out. This all comes nearly 3 weeks after the city suspended its Safe Streets pilot program because Mayor de Blasio said the open streets were being underutilized and NYPD resources could be better allocated somewhere else. Well, still ahead, how the markets are holding up today, plus something to stay home for tomorrow night, what we know about the new SNL this weekend.
And we're looking at gray skies, cool conditions, and soggy weather. Does this go away as we head into the weekend? We'll let you know in our full forecast. Stick with us.
These are tough times.
But on behalf of everyone at New York Live,
we love you, New York.
We love showcasing your creativity
and embracing this new normal right along with you.
We are here for you.
Hi, I'm Tillman Fertitta, and I own the Golden Nugget Casinos. We're redefining the online gaming experience with Golden Nugget Online Live Dealer. For the very first time in America, you can play online against real dealers. Broadcasted live from our casino in Atlantic City. So what are you waiting for? Our live dealers are ready to play with you. It's the real deal.
Sign up now and we'll double your first deposit up to $1,000 at GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
It's critical that we stay home to save lives, but it's also important that we stay connected. Call, text, or video chat with family, neighbors, friends, and especially those who you know are alone. Stay connected to things that help your mind and body. Connect to your faith and worship or pray together virtually. Connect with your friends and show off your moves at a virtual dance party. Stay close to your family. Because being inside doesn't mean being out of touch. If you are feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, or if you're worried about a loved one who is, NYC Well is here to help. Call, text, or chat online with counselors, all for free. Call 888-NYC-WELL. Text WELL to 65173. Or visit nyc.gov/NYCWell. Take care of yourself and others. Stay home and stay connected.
Protein, sugar, or taste? Why do we have to choose? Just choose Hood Cottage cheese. With more protein than hummus and half the sugar of low-fat yogurt, you'll find endless combinations without compromise. Always good, always Hood. Now in 2 new flavors.
I called Cellino Barnes after my car accident to see if I had a case. I did. They got me $700,000.
Do you have a case? Many people don't know.
Call us now and find out.
800-888-8888.
Today, parts of Georgia are open for business. Governor Brian Kemp is allowing some hands-on businesses like gyms, spas, hair and nail salons to open today. Restaurants and movie theaters are expected to open their doors on Monday. But while some struggling business owners say they're ready to get back to work, others are concerned it's all happening too soon. In today's CNBC Money Report, stocks started mostly flat this morning. Today's slight downward trend comes after yesterday's gains were mostly erased by a negative report on a Gilead Sciences virus drug trial. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ are all on track for their first losing week in 3 weeks. That is barring a significant rally today. We do want to check in with Storm Team 4's Dave Price. He's reporting from home this morning. Dave, a good day to stay indoors, stay home.
You bet. You bet it is, Jen. Let's take a look and see what's happening outside right now. Plenty of cloud cover out there and a good bit of moisture, too. This is a look, Tarrytown, where the cameras are, and you can see the Mario Cuomo is drenched. And this is why. The radar picture, Storm Tracker Live, you're going to see its red sweep in just a moment. There it is, showing some heavier rain off to the north and the west, and another batch up as we head up the Hudson River, up to Poughkeepsie. Now we begin to take a look at Long Island, where the South Shore is seeing some pockets of heavy rain push through. Down by the Jersey Shore, it's between Stafford and Toms River that most of the wet stuff is beginning to come down right now. A good dose of it out in the Atlantic, but there's more still ahead as we roll through the day. So keep in mind, if you have to go out, if you must go out, it's a day when you're going to need that rain gear. So hour by hour through the afternoon, this is how it all nets out. By the time we get to 5 o'clock, we'll begin to dry out. You may see some pockets of clearing, and into the evening, that trend will continue. But it's going to be a cold night. 34 degrees when you wake up tomorrow morning early up in Monticello. That gives you an indication of how chilly it's going to be. That low pressure system moves away, clears the way for sunny conditions tomorrow. 60 degrees in New York City. That's going to feel good. Even higher in Philadelphia. But remember, we should be in the mid-60s at this time of the year. We'll take what we can get. Dry and comfortable tomorrow. Remember, you're going to want to run outside, and just need to keep in mind, we still need to keep our social distance and do our part no matter what the weather and no matter where we are. 52 degrees on Sunday. Should be easier to stay inside once again. Wet and breezy, periods of heavy rain, and that cool down begins again. We're going to stay with below average conditions right into May. The next storm, well, that's going to be out in the Midwest, pushing through the Ohio Valley as Saturday rolls on. Into Sunday, that's when it arrives, and we'll see more stormy weather to take us through the end of the weekend and into the beginning of the week next week. The forecast through Monday, we're going to get a good dose, 1 to 2 inches around almost the entirety of the metropolitan area. A little bit less than that as you head into sections of Litchfield County and out through sections of Sullivan County. But a good 1 inch is an easy bet pretty much through most of the region with some heavier numbers in some locations. 10-day forecast. It's okay. 60 degrees on Saturday, sunshine, dry, we'll take it. Sunday and Monday, not great, still damp as we head into the work week with cloudy skies. As we roll into Tuesday, a little bit of a break, but still only 60 degrees. Where are those upper 60s? They're just not in the forecast. More rain as we head towards Wednesday afternoon next week into Thursday, and we begin May with below average conditions. We'll be at about 62 degrees, and we want to be at about 67 on that date. Next weekend, a week from this weekend, looks better. Still cool, but better. That's a look at the forecast from my house to yours. Jen, back to you in the studio.
All right, Dave, thank you for that. Make sure to watch an all-new at-home edition of Saturday Night Live tomorrow.
Hanks! Hey. Oh, whoa, thank you. Thank you.
Tom Hanks was the surprise host when he kicked off the first at-home episode from his kitchen a couple weeks ago. Tomorrow's show will be the second one produced remotely. Cast members will film their sketches from home. There's no word yet if the episode will have a host or musical guest, but you can watch it right here tomorrow night at 11:30. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this abbreviated edition of News 4 at 11. Of course, you can learn more on COVID-19 testing across our area. You can go to NBCNewYork.com or download our mobile app. We are waiting for Governor Cuomo's press conference. That's happening at 11:30. We'll hear from Governor Murphy at 3 o'clock. When those news conferences happen, we will bring them to you. Until then, New York Live is next. Be safe, stay home, and have a good day.